Hi everyone. Last video of this class. It's been a great class. I've learned so much. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody. It's been great getting to know you better, having conversations and learning all sorts of different things from you guys. So it's been wonderful. So this week I get to be the counterpointer. And for the counterpointer, what I saw missing in this whole thing was information on how to succeed. Lots of problems, lots of ideas and acknowledgments, lots of information about blended families and family roles and everything else, but how do we make it all succeed? And I had to go back to my survival guide, and I was looking up, what does the Bible say about this? Well, first of all, what I found out is God puts the highest value on family, regardless of what that family looks like. And if we want to get particular, Joseph, Jesus' dad, was his stepdad, which I thought that was kind of neat. I had never thought about that in that direction. So the ultimate blended family. But when we go into it, that's the big thing. So I think that's the focus on everything, is the family. Blended family or not, natural family or not, if we can put God in the center and live with godly values and be respectable and responsible and teach our children about Jesus and grow them up in the church and really be that utmost important person that guides them through their time, I think we got it made. So those are the things that I was thinking about, regardless of blended or not, we have our men, and our men are the head of the household, and they're the ones that are going to make everything work. Our book did say that stepmothers had a harder time than stepfathers sometimes, and I think that's because of that authority figure. So they're going to come through. I have been a single mom the entire time Orion and Hunter have been with me. Orion's 12, Hunter's turning 11 tomorrow. And that's because I have always been hesitant on bringing this stepfather in, and always worried about them sharing the same values. So that's one of my particular reasons why blended is a little different. Y'all know that I moved back in with my son when I lost my job in Phoenix. And so now we're kind of a blended family, which is a little different look on things, because we moved in with the boys' uncle. He's still their uncle, even though legally that's their oldest brother. But at the same time, we have consistent boundaries. The rules are the same for my two boys as they are for Zayden. So all the kids have to fall under the same rules. All the kids have to have respect amongst everybody. And then the parents agree on how to do everything. So together we co-parent. It's a little different. And sometimes we struggle because my values aren't quite the same as Alex's values. But for the majority of the time we do. And because he is the man, and I put him to that head of household a lot of times. So when he says something to the boys, that's it. That's the rule. So I think what the big thing is finding the solutions to the blended families and seeing what we can do to really make them work. We saw these differences in how everybody struggles and where the issues are. But if we keep God in the center, and when we stay consistent with our discipline, with our words, and with our love, everything else falls in place. So I think that's where a lot of it is. So Timothy 5:8, it says, "But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever." So that tells us right there we're supposed to take care of each other no matter what. And it says relatives. It doesn't say specific. So I think that's something that we really want to keep in charge, right? We also there's guidelines about being a widow. If a widow has children or grandchildren, let them first learn to show godliness to their own household and make some return to their parents, for this is pleasing in God's sight. So everything we see returns back to taking care of the family. And if we do it with God's will, under God's will, with God's word, active in the church, we can make anything happen. So I think that's where the big things start, is just making sure that we get everything taken care of. I think I misquoted that though. The widows is 1 Timothy 5:4. I have a couple verses written down, and I looked at the wrong one. So, but for a widow and her children and grandchildren, that's in Timothy 5:4. Ephesians 6:1 and 3 say, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is the right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, that they may go well with you, and that you may live long, in the land. So, and it doesn't mean not a step parent. Any step parent, any person in that parental role is going to be a parent. So I think as long as we can stick to the values of the church and of the Bible, especially, and with the teachings that we have, we'll be okay. Because blended family or not, it's still family. And that's one of God's highest, most valuable responsibility. His value for family is of utmost importance. So as long as we can keep God in the center, I think we got it made. I think I've said that about 6 times now. So, but that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I can't wait to see all of your videos. Have a good day.